I'm Major Malcolm. I'm the officer in charge of the orienteering team, and honestly, it's really my honor to be here and to be able to promote these fine officers that you see before you today. They've been on an amazing journey, and honestly, you guys have shared in that journey far more than I ever have. So it's all your efforts. It's all your dedication. You're pushing them in their homework and pushing them in their activities that really got them here. So please know that you're behind this far more than we ever could be. Major Robbins, by the way, is an officer in charge of the team, and then Major Matt Mogeson, he's wearing the MIT sweatshirt. He's the future of the officer side of the team as well, so we're all here. We wanted to just give a couple gifts, and we really want to sort of celebrate the past, which is their time here as cadets. Because when we go up on the hill, what we're celebrating is the future, and that's them going forth and doing great things out in the Army. So the first thing we probably should do here is, well, first of all, let's talk about the orienteering team. Go or left, what are you doing? Oh, yeah. You can help me. Listen, if you ask anyone else about their sport, if you ask somebody who does track or somebody who does swimming, what do you do? They say, I run track or I swim. And the emphasis is on the I. If you ask one of these guys what they do, they say, I'm on the orienteering team. And the emphasis is on the team. Listen, orienteering is a compass and a map, and you go out in the woods and you do crazy things, and you guys have heard these and you've seen it, and most of you have said to yourselves, I'll never ever do that. I was sort of alongside with you, but they pulled me into the woods anyway. It's an individual sport, and they go out and they race against each other, but more so, they go out and they race for each other. And it's really an amazing thing they do, and the emphasis, again, is on the team. I've never seen a more dedicated team, and let's sort of share in the accolades of this team. 13 years intercollegiate champions, 13 years this year. For the 6th year in a row, they're the athletic club that had the highest academic GPA. 6th year in a row. What? Some of you more than others. For the 3rd year in a row. 3rd or 4th?
One less.
Third year in a row, the highest military GPA of any club here at West Point. So my point is, these cadets and these cadets as well, you know, they're part of this victory as well. Not only in the woods, not only the teamwork they show outside the woods, not only in the classrooms, not only for their peers in the military aspect that they're doing with their cadet companies. These are phenomenal cadets, and it's truly an honor that I can be here and sharing this this day with all of you. So please, hand of applause. So these are the gifts that we'd like to present to each of them. All the cadets on the team sign the backs of these. And you know, put their little comments. Some of them you probably shouldn't read. They go, I mean, you hang it this way. But what this is it's an orienteering map. And one of the, I think probably the most special things about this map is it was designed and made by Colonel Hendricks. So Colonel Hendricks, far more than I, influenced their career. He's since retired. He's in Alaska wearing t-shirt and jeans, and you know, he's happy. But I felt that he should probably be a part of this even more than I. It's got the 4 years that they won intercollegiate champions, pictures of all the team, and there's a control on here. What do you guys think? Finish control, a go control, or a start control?
Always the go business.
Start control.
It's a start control. And I could be wrong because my orienteering is not the best, but I'm pretty sure it's on the location right there. And so, hey, listen, this is the start control. It's here. This is where you go out the Army and start your race. And so this one's for Kenny.
Yes, sir.
Kenny's my field marshal, and as you know, he's sort of a Germanophile. And so, you know, if you've ever been in Germany, and I've been in Germany for 5 years, and so I sort of understand, Germans are obedient to a fault, and they adhere to discipline, but then more importantly, they enforce discipline. And Kenny was certainly our discipline enforcer on the team, so the German field marshal. Duncan's our respect captain. He's kind of the mighty giant. Duncan, the way that Colonel Hendricks described him to me, because I had to do paperwork so that he could go to the Czech Republic and race in the Junior World Orienteering Championships. And so, yeah, he's that good. And I couldn't pin this guy down and get him to do his paperwork to go. And so I'm asking Colonel Hendricks, like, who is this guy? And he's like, oh, you got to meet him. He's totally like a surfer guy. He's like blonde hair and never has a shirt on. And it's just the best way to describe Duncan. And if you saw the picture I put of him, it's down there. It's the one picture where you only see his neck up. And I was like, this is like the one picture I have where he has a shirt on. But Duncan is, I mean, phenomenal. Everyone who wrote up here, somebody actually drew a bicep, and so we know he's but the guy's actually, truly brilliant, and his heart is amazing. It's absolutely in the right place. It's a reason he was chosen to be the respect captain for the Corps. Everyone looks to him for his honor and for his character, and so.
Way to go, Duncan!
John. John, what a pleasure it's been. It's been a wild ride. Listen, this year in the team, and it's not really internal, it's sort of been driven by higher powers. We always blame it on higher powers, right? So we never, the higher powers are making us do this. But uniformity has been key. So everyone showing up and being in the right uniform to practice at a race when we're running an orienteering meet. And there's one thing I can count on. John will not be in that uniform. John is absolutely an individual. But I think that's important. Listen, this has been a 47-month experience in grooming people. And I know what you think. You think that you've all been turned into leather. You think the same thing and you do the same thing. But I'll tell you, the Army is not sending you out there to go out into units and just join the status quo. The Army's taught you how to think critically. It's taught you how to be an individual. It's taught you how to make decisions. And I absolutely want you to go out and just rock the Army's world. Change it and change it for good. And I can't imagine someone doing that better than John. His storytelling, his character, his ability. John's going to go out and do amazing things in the Army because he is not one of the crowd. He's definitely out in front of the crowd and everything. So. Jake. So the first time I got to know Jake, we went to Pennsylvania and we did a race. I was new. It was one of the very first races I did, and so like I said, I'm not great at this sport. I think I got it just a little bit, and I only lost half the time. But we went, and so you imagine going out in this. You have a map and you have a compass, and you're going out and doing this, and so you think to yourself, man, this is hard. Imagine going out and doing it at night with a flashlight. That's difficult, right? I mean, that would be really, really hard. But not for Jake. And so one of my first times of experiencing getting to know the name Jake just ringing in my ears, Jake decided to go out, and it's about a 40-degree Pennsylvania night. It's October. He goes out without a shirt, without a flashlight. He has a little tiny chem light and says, I'm going to go out and run this race. I shouldn't even tell this because your mom's probably like, what the? I should have stopped him. It's one of my great regrets in life that I did not stop him, but it's also pretty awesome that I didn't, because he went out there and for an hour and 45 minutes, fought through the thorns, fought through the trees, no shirt on, nothing. I mean, probably could have died of hypothermia, so again, I'm sorry I didn't stop him, but that's Jake for you. He is full force. He is passionate. I've never met someone that loves his country and loves his future profession more. And it's just been a joy of having Jake on the team. So, one more time to these really tremendous people.
Well, I wanted to say at this point, too, that as many of you know, this day isn't just about us cadets. There's an entire network of people around us who support us. And when we're talking the orienteering team, the first people are definitely the ORs and the OIC who have supported us. So at this point, could Major Mogensen please step up to the talking tree? Okay. And Will. So Major Mogensen joined us just this last summer and just this last year, and it's been an immensely satisfying experience because not only did he immediately get involved with the team, but he was actually an orienteer back when he was a cadet, and shares many of the same experiences that we do. And so it's been particularly satisfying to have him around. He's gone on 2 trip sections, led 2 trip sections for our team, which means a weekend away from his family. And so it's been a blast to spend that time with you. And I look forward to the future of our team, knowing that he will be here. Major Malcolm and Robbins will be leaving us, but Major Mogensen is sticking around. And volunteering to OR for these teams isn't an easy choice. It entails a lot of time, it entails a certain amount of risk, and it takes a lot of passion to do it right. And so I really appreciate that, and as a small token of our appreciation, sir, we wanted to give you a team sweatshirt. Yes. Yeah!
They can stop giving me a hassle for wearing this one, and I can put this back.
So, the next officer I'd like to recognize is Major Robbins. I first met Major Robbins in the summer of 2013. Colonel Hendricks had put me on summer training as a land navigation liaison cadet officer, and I met Major Robbins, who was running part of that land navigation training. And he's an aviator, so he's done a little land navigation, but nothing at that point quite as extensive or as involved as orienteering. And sir, I remember that you hated it. I met you and you were just a tiny, angry man out running a training. And I thought, oh my gosh, I hope this guy gets through his summer. But here we are, 3 years later, and not only has Major Robbins joined the team as an OR, but he's also now a nationally ranked orienteer at the highest technical difficulty level. And so to kind of commemorate that transformation, Rachel, we have this right here. Sir, we got you a framed map, a vintage map from the 80s of Bull Pond. Bull Pond is where we executed that summer land navigation training that Major Robbins was involved in. And it has an engraving at the bottom that says, just simply Major Robbins, U.S.M.A. Orienteering OR 2014-15, so that everybody can know this is a serious map guy whenever they walk into his house or office. Absolutely. And I always save the best for last. And Major Malcolm has hands down been the most involved officer and outside of team members, the most important person to our success this year. We lost Colonel Hendricks last year when he retired, and for those of you who don't know, he had been involved with the team for 10 years and just had gathered an immense amount of experience, an immense amount of organizational clout that Major Malcolm bravely stepped up to try and match this year. And we can both say that this year has been just as successful as we intended it to be, and we've done we've experienced a major success in bridging that gap and continuing to keep the excellence that the team has had for so many years. Major Malcolm, also, again, new to the sport of orienteering. He's not nationally ranked, but he is very involved with the sport, and he goes out and competes with Major Robbins and Blues all the time. Once again, the highest technical difficulty level. And moreover, he's imparted a lot of organizational wisdom, a lot of experience, and a lot of mentorship that our team needs, and that I consider really the heart of this team. It's the experience and the skills and the lessons we learn from this that last a lot longer than just our technical orienteering skills. So, sir, to recognize you for all you've done this year, we got you an even bigger vintage map of the West Point. So the engraving on this one, once again, simple, just says Major Dylan Malcolm, U.S.M.A. Orienteering OIC 2014-15. And once again, sir, I hope that anybody who sees this stops to ask you, what the heck is this thing, so you can tell them just how good a job you did this last year.
We'll have for you, son, for sure.
And so, what this was down here is us kind of organizing our team experience, right? We're reminiscing about that and recognizing each other. And in a moment, as this area kind of clears up, we'll move up onto the redot itself, a separate, higher platform where we'll do the commissioning ceremony. And we'll let you know when that's going down. Sir?
Thank you.
Okay.